Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. Let's get right into the challenge. Last night was a good episode. And last night proved me to be right. I have this theory, conspiracy theory. A couple of challenges ago, Jenny and Tori were in a hall brawl. And Tori whooped Jenny in this hall brawl. Made it look easy. And ever since then, I was just like, I ain't see it. I said Jenny threw this hall brawl. And then this season, when Jenny got that real easy red skull, y'all remember, I was like, they gave that to Jenny because she threw that hall brawl for Tori. This is payback. Tonight showed me clearly that Jenny threw that hall brawl to Tori. I know I'm going off on a tangent, but that hall brawl a season or two ago irked me so bad because Tori made that hall brawl look easy. And tonight, Jenny demolished D in the hall brawl. D, who has to be at least 20 pounds heavier than Tori. I ain't saying she's stronger than Tori, but she is a little bit thicker than Tori, I would guess. And Jenny was pushing D around like she was a little rag doll, like, bitch, move. you in my way. Move, let me go ring this bell. It wasn't even close. But moving on, let's get into the episode because not that much happened, and I wrote on my paper, that's on period. Now argue with me in the comments. I don't care. I ain't gonna talk about it no more because last night just showed me everything I needed to see to be proven right. It was a little bit of juice in the episode, but I feel like we have edited D out so much. A lot of it doesn't make sense, but let's get into it. The challenge was a meh. It was not exciting. It was like the previews, like, yeah, they getting ready to drive cars and hit people and they got to fall off of these barrels. And I'm like, yeah, this about to be good. What we about to do with this? But it ended up being a game of chance. You only got one turn. The one person who should have been an expert at stunt driving got 0. Kyle. Your daddy a damn stunt driver doing whatever they was doing. Uis, sliding in the water, whatever it's called. Your daddy do that and he did the worst. It was just a game of luck. And then they were saying, were people really kicking over their containers so Banana could win? If they did, it's their fault. Why you want Bananas to win? Like, it's their dumb fault if they were doing that. They did show a little clip of Melissa doing it. To me, Bananas did the best as far as the men. Even if one person did kick their containers over, he would have probably still won anyway. It was just an any, mini, miny, mo. It was funny that Kyle and Nelson got a 0. Bailey and KC tied. Good job, rookies. Good job. But KC ended up barrel going further than Bailey. So, Bananas and Bailey win. Not Bailey. I wanted it to be Bailey. But KC win. KC wanted to bring in Fessy. Bananas wanted to bring in Kyle. My question was, I would have loved to know what would happen if two people just can't agree. Like, I want Fessy, I want Kyle. TJ, we can't decide. I want to know what would be the tiebreaker. Like, would the group get to vote for the third member? Like, I don't know. But KC gives in and lets it be Kyle. And Banana's like, I promise you, we not going to put Fessy in. And the whole time, I'm like, Fessy going in. Dummy. He just did this to D a couple of weeks ago, promising Melissa. So, dummies. But Casey is a rookie. This is Casey's game from Big Brother. Casey don't make too many moves. Matter of fact, Casey don't make no moves. She's a competitor. She'll win a challenge, But she gonna leave all the strategy up to somebody else. So one, she can sit back and say it wasn't me. And then when it is time to bite, like a snake, she gonna slither out her hole and bite you, and then slither back and play in the background, like she did Bailey on Big Brother and on whatever this show, The Challenge. But moving on, I ain't no fan of Casey. But moving on. Now let's get to this house vote, because it doesn't make sense to me. Number one, I'm calling bullshit on everything everyone talked about last week with Anissa. Because to me, if, oh, we don't want to run a final with Anissa, what if we get paired up? She the weakest one. To me, it shouldn't be number rookies going in. I don't even know how Rogan and Jenny got to be the talk of the house when just last week y'all was so concerned about being in pairs and you had to get out of Anissa. But now this week it seemed like y'all going for the strongest people, which I ain't mad at, because to me that would be my strategy. But y'all just ain't want Anissa there, and I think that's bullshit. I'm still pissed about that. But let's move on, because I'm like, make it make sense. It's one theory this week and another. It's so many holes, and I feel like we don't get to see what Dee and Rogan are up to. I don't even know how Rogan became, we gonna throw him in. Because I always thought Bananas hated, you know, Corey and Kyle. Now, true enough, they got the tribunal, but I would have thought one of them, I would have thought the tribunal would have tried to rig it for, put Corey as the house vote, and then we gonna get Nelson as a tribunal and have them go against each other. I just don't understand where Rogan came from. But moving on, get in the comments and let me know. I already talked about all that. Now Jenny comes in the room and they're like, Rogan is the vote. And Jenny, being kind of like a KC type of player, like, okay, Rogan the vote. Like, instead of fighting for her friend and be like, what about, like, I don't dislike anyone. I think everyone I dislike is gone. So when I'm throwing out names, it's not that I dislike them, but if I was Jenny, I don't understand. You don't owe Nelson anything. Like, why don't we put in Nelson? You don't owe Fessy anything. Why don't we throw in Fessy? You know, why not fight for the people who have fought for you? Because Rogan did fight for you. So now Jenny wants to be the mouthpiece. You didn't come up with the Rogan vote. I make Bananas and everybody else go tell Corey and Fessy who we voting for. But Jenny want to go tell Corey and Nelson, like, look, the vote is for Rogan. So y'all vote for Rogan. Y'all good. And she was trying to do it like, see, to me, if you ain't in the tribunal, you can't guarantee nobody nothing. And she trying to tell like, y'all good, vote in Rogan. Yeah, you can vote in Rogan, but you see, they was the 2 tribunal votes. So I don't know. Jenny is not good at the social part of the game. She is a competition player. But moving on. Now, Nelson feeling some kind of way. And I was tweeting last night, and I just, for the life of me, I didn't understand why Nelson had to open his mouth. Because now Nelson feels some kind of way. He want to go tell Rogan, Jenny told me you was the vote. And Rogan like, Jenny? And he was like, yeah, Jenny gonna vote for you. Everybody voting for you. And the whole time, I'm like, Nelson, this is before, you know, as I'm watching. I'm like, Nelson, shut the fuck up. Because we ain't voted yet. They can easily vote you in as the house vote. Like, quit talking. You shut up. If it's Rogan, it's Rogan. But now Rogan is like, Jenny gonna vote for me after I've done all this stuff for her. I'm supposed to be her number one and whatever. Because I ain't no true fan of Rogan anyway. Like, I ain't mad he got voted in. But it is what it is. So now they want to flip it, and he got to Corey to thinking like, yeah, she ain't bring me in the tribunal last week. And I'm like, Corey, really? Please. You were never in any danger last week. Like, I understand. Like, I didn't want Josh to be in there either. But I didn't understand the big deal of you having to be. Like, to me, they didn't even have to have a tribunal for the guy side. They were throwing Josh and Kyle in, period. Y'all just wanted Jenny to go in there. I ain't mad at it. Because one thing for sure, Jenny got the easiest Red Skull of the season. The easiest one. She got the easiest game, flipping up little pop bottles. And then she went against the weakest person probably in challenge history. Definitely don't invite whoever that was. Don't invite her back. So Jenny needs to prove a little bit. I ain't mad at it. So where we at with the house vote? So now we get to the house vote. Rogan wants to be self-righteous and be like, I feel like I need to prove myself. I'm gonna go in. I'm like, bitch, you was getting voted in, period. Just put your name on the wall. Just put your name on the wall. We don't need this self-righteous speech like you about to go do this great thing by voting yourself in. You was getting voted in, period, Rogan. Period. Ooh. Yes. These people. So now the girl votes get a little more interesting because Jenny votes for D. D votes for Jenny. Cool, they got beef. I ain't mad at it. Then Melissa is like, I can't vote for either one of you ladies, so I'm voting for Bailey. And okay, I ain't too mad at Melissa for that. But then Bailey says, well, I'm voting for you, Melissa. And I'm like, this is dumb. Y'all pretty much just said, guys, you pick. That's pretty much what all you ladies said. Like, Bailey, you could have thrown a vote on D or Jenny. Like, you don't owe neither one of them anything. I mean, I understand you threw it back on Melissa, but I would have, instead of making it an even 1-1-1-1, I would have threw a vote on somebody else. If I was Bailey, I would have threw that vote to Jenny or D, just so before the guys even get to vote, one of the girls got 2. Because y'all just pretty much said, we can't decide. Us women, we can't decide. You guys vote. Like, that's pretty much what y'all did. And Bailey, you was lucky. You was lucky they turned on Jenny this time. I would have voted for some. I wouldn't have tied it up. But moving on from that. Everybody votes for Jenny. I think, did Fessy vote for D? I don't remember. But Rogan now again wants to be self-righteous. And instead of tying it up between Jenny and D, or whatever he was doing, I can't remember the count. But for whatever reason, Rogan had to make a speech about, Jenny, you think you all that? I ain't even write down the speech, but I'm paraphrasing from what I think I remember. Jenny, you think you all that? You got an easy risk, go. I heard you was gonna vote for me, and you ain't have my back when I had your back when D was gonna throw you in. I was the one who told you, and then you ain't have Corey's back. And I'm like, shut up. Shut up. But it did expose Jenny's awful social game. Like when she was starting to plead her case and she was stumbling and fumbling over her words, I was like, no ma'am. And then Jenny gonna say, Bailey, Melissa, come on guys, change your vote. I'm like, bitch, that's not how any of this works. That's not how any of this works. Go put your name on the wall, ma'am. Go put your name on the wall. Ain't no changing the vote. Your name on the wall, Jenny, go. And to me, Jenny, at the most, you going up against D. But then you got Bailey and Melissa. Now, I ain't saying they no punks. But this is Jenny. Like, to me, Jenny could take out some of these guys. So, I would have a I don't give a fuck attitude. Okay, put me up there. All right, I'm coming back. That's what we need to see from you, Jenny. Like, moving on. So, now we get around the tribunal. They come back. Jenny's like, they voted me in. They pissed. They're like, what? They voted in Jenny. How did this happen? And for whatever reason, Kyle takes it out on Melissa. And I ain't gonna go through that whole argument. It was stupid. It was stupid. And the whole time I'm looking at Kyle, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Kyle, because if it wasn't for bananas, you wouldn't even be in the tribunal. Just shut up. Just be happy you ain't going in there. You shouldn't even care. When did you and Jenny become so cool? Were you mad? Jenny to me is one of the women who could take, I mean, Kyle to me is one of the men Jenny probably could take out. So shut up, Kyle. Like that aggravated me. The tribunal was boring. They put in Corey and Nelson, Bailey, and D. I wish I could have saw whatever fire D was given, because a little bit of sentence they let D say in the editing. I know D was doing a lot more of this, like a lot. And Bailey was just like, it is what it is, you bitch ass. Like, I know she was like, Casey, I know your bitch ass gonna vote for me. Like that's how Bailey was looking, because it looked like Bailey was ready to go. She was just waiting for Casey to say something. Bailey's eyes looked like she was ready to give it to Casey as soon as she said something. But Casey ain't say nothing. Casey ain't say nothing good for her. So now here comes the scene of the episode, and oh my God. I ain't never shed a tear on this show. My eyes were watering when Nelson sat down. I want to say he sat down with Bananas and Kyle and was like, look, Corey is my best friend. He has Ryder. He has another daughter on the way. Just throw me into elimination, because I want to at least give him the opportunity to win the money. Took me out. It took me out. I'm like, Nelson, oh my God. Like, I ain't no huge Nelson fan, but I do like to see him on the show. He is someone who I like to see on the challenge, one of the characters. And I love it when he's with his alliance of Corey and Hunter. Selfless. Like, we talking about $1 million. $1 million. I don't know how many of you all have a true friend that would do that for you. Because some people would be like, I'm going to win this $1 million. That's my best friend. I'm going to break him off some for his kids. If you all do that, like some people wouldn't even do that. I'm going to give him a baby shower gift and what's up. But to take away your opportunity for $1 million, like, you may want to have some kids of your own one day. You know, just because you ain't got them right now don't mean you don't need the cash. Like, selfless. That is a true friend. And I started to think back, and correct me in the comments with my memory, when Tony had his 2 kids, how many people were throwing themselves on the line so Tony could have an opportunity? I don't recall any. Matter of fact, they was throwing Tony in elimination left and right. Him and his 2 kids. And his 2 baby mama. They ain't got nothing to do with it. They ain't got nothing to do with it. That touched me. You are a stand-up friend, Nelson. More people need to be selfless like you. And I know you got some good karma coming your way for that. Because you can tell in that moment he wasn't doing it for TV. He wasn't doing it for clout. He wasn't doing it for being the good graces of the producers or the fans. Nelson was being a great friend. And that's it. Let's move on. We at the elimination. It wasn't no surprise. I already knew D was in there. We all knew from the super trailer. So D got voted in. And of course, Bananas and everybody gave emotional speeches about why they voting in Nelson. When Corey started crying, I started crying. Like, I wasn't boo-hoo crying, but water came from my eyes, because I was just like, it was a great TV moment. I know it wasn't trying to be a TV moment, but it was excellent television. I just loved it. I loved it. Now, first up, we got D and what's his name or her name? Sorry, Jenny Like I said, Jenny demolished D. Bye D. Bye girl. Bye. She embarrassed you. She damn near picked you up and slammed your head on the bell like CT did Bananas that one time. She almost did it. And I wish you would have, Jenny. That would have just been the perfect ending for D's challenge history. But this was good enough. Bye girl. And so now we have the emotional elimination of Rogan and Nelson. It was such a good competition. I feel like it was equally matched. It could have went to anyone. I feel like when they're down there going like this in that hall brawl, they can't hear, because everyone was yelling like, Nelson, let go, run. Like, hell, I'm yelling at the TV. I'm like, let his ass go, Nelson, let's go, come on. And so, just, I guess he couldn't hear, and you in the moment, and you just feel like if I let go, he's gonna beat me. And Nelson really couldn't see how like Nelson was so close to his bell, he just couldn't let go. I felt like he had him both times, and Nelson just couldn't pull it out. And it was just so emotional when he lost. And Corey came down there. He was crying. He gave him a hug. He was thanking him. He was like, man, thank you. I'm going to win this for you. I got you. Like, I was still crying. I was like, it's too much. MTV is too much. It's too much. We ain't watching the challenge for all this. Oh, it was emotional. Man, I hate to see Nelson go, but I know, like, for sure, I wrote it in my predictions. Let's go ahead and get to what I think is going to happen, because now everyone else is in the finals, and I'm like, go ahead, Bailey, go ahead, Fessy, Big Brother, y'all did good. You know, y'all did good, y'all rookie season. I know Casey up there too, but I guess I'm congratulations, Casey, whatever. Okay, I feel like, I hope these predictions are not true. And I ain't no psychic, I don't know. This is just what I feel from looking at that trailer of the finals. And we all know editing ain't too true. But I feel like Bailey isn't ready. They got to go climb these snowy mountains. Ain't no telling what they got to do. They probably got to eat something nasty. Like, we don't know. I saw the snow mountain and I was over it. I was like, who want to be climbing up this snow mountain? But anyway, I feel like Bailey isn't ready, and I don't think Melissa is ready either. I think this is their first finals, and if they have any kind of purge within the finals, which I'm sure they will, because 8 people is a lot to run a final. I think they're going to be gone first. To me, Fessy is the front runner. To me, in every challenge they've had this season, Fessy has been the front runner when it comes to running and picking up heavy stuff. I don't know how he does on snowy mountains. We shall see. I feel like experience is going to prevail. I feel like this is Bananas' challenge to lose. He's seen finals more than anyone else, so I feel like he has the experience of knowing what a final will do. But then Turbo and Theo are the exception. Didn't they come in first and second their rookie years? And that was a hard final. But it wasn't no snowy mountains. We gonna see. My heart wants Corey to win. After all that emotions with Nelson, and I want Corey to win. Moving on. Season 36. I can't wait to see it, because it just really made me feel like, oh, I would love to see just Nelson get a ton of good karma. A good edit. Like, not the womp womp, losing this challenge, losing this elimination. Like, Nelson doesn't really have, I mean, he's probably 50-50 in eliminations, but he's only been to that final, once on Invasions of the Champs, and they lost there. But anyway, I say I want to see the Super Alliance. What do they call themselves? The Homeboys? I forgot. Of Corey, Nelson, Hunter, and now add in Fessy. I want to see them come back and be a strong alliance, bulldoze through the house, and I want to see Nelson and his alliance have a good edit and not the we sleeping around with everybody, we hotheads about to get in a fight. None of that. I want to see them have a good political social game edit, and I want to see them win. That's it. And don't invite KC back. That was mean. But anyway, moving on. That's all I have to give. I want to see Bailey back next season too. I feel like I've seen her on Instagram and her stories training. That's why I feel like when I said Bailey isn't ready, I don't know. I could just be overthinking. Swaggy has already said somewhere on social media that he's not doing no more challenges. Like he ain't got time for the drama, and I follow them on Instagram. They doing the thing. Like they don't. It look like they don't even need $1 million. I mean, everyone could need $1 million, but they doing their thing. I think this is better suited for Bailey, and I think she would do much better without Swaggy because she could be more social. But anyway, that's all I have to give. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think about this week's episode. I will see you all next week for the final. I can't wait. I will see y'all soon. Like, comment, share. Bye.